All right, so quick trade recap today. Oh, you can't see me. Let me turn it on. All right, quick trade recap today. So today I traded CL, and I'll start from what my plan was. So for today, I did my market review, which you can look at my YouTube video that I posted, A Day in the Life of a 9-to-5 Day Trader. Check that out, and you'll see how I went through my market overview. So my entry was based off of what I was seeing. So the daily had a long wick rejection from the bottom. So that kind of was letting me know it was some sellers in that area, which is a demand zone. So that was kind of like a good sign for buys. But the weekly was a hammer. So we're looking on the weekly. The weekly's overall trend was still showing down, so sales. The 4 hour though, so the 4 hour we had a long wick rejection as well from the bottom of that demand zone, and then on the 1 hour we had a double bottom showing on the 1 hour with an inside bar. So that was telling me that there was just a high probability that we may see some sort of bounce regardless of the overall trend being down. We were in a high probability area to see some sort of bounce. So my entry for buys was going to be a hold of 74.64 to set or to 75.26, that area. So what I saw was one, again, let's now look where I look at my patterns. So first I look on the 1 hour, and I like to see what's happening on that 1 hour. What is that 1 hour candle showing me, or the trend showing me on the 1 hour? So we're going to look at that first. So on the 1 hour, like I was saying, there was just a double bottom situation happening. So this gray zone was previous resistance turned into now a support. And when we talk about support, it means it's holding something up. So we had a previous uptrend. We tried to come down with these two red candles and we didn't. And we continued all the way up here before we begin to reject again. And then on this area, again, we bounced and we popped a little bit. So being that I know this area is a strong area of value, or just an important area to watch, I wanted to see us hold this area here, and then I was going to get in buys. So again, I'm seeing that hold as support. So I'm like, all right, let's look at the 15 minute, because I'm seeing the 1 hour, we're wicking off from the bottom. We're forming like a little inside bar. So on the 15 minute, we formed a double bottom on just the same day on that demand zone. So that's letting us know that that area is a strong area of support. So once I saw this pattern, we got it right on top of my level here as well, and on top of my gray zone. I marked it. So the 15-minute pattern, I like to mark it with a green circle, because what I like to do next is look for the retest on a smaller time frame. So I see my pattern, which is a engulfing candle. So an engulfing green candle over a red candle on a demand zone, which is telling me, we may have some buyers over here, which we do, because we saw it previously that we bounced multiple times from this level. So this is letting me know it's a high probability entry to take buys to the upside and get us some money for the day. So now I'm going to show you my entry on the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, again, I now look for the retest. So the retest is what I look for on my smaller time frames for my entries. Again, this area was where we saw the pattern I like to see on a 15-minute time frame. And on the 5 minute, I like to pinpoint that pattern, but then look for the retest. So here, again, I wanted to enter at 74.64 or to 75.26. That was my range. So we broke a little above, we closed a little above. It looked like we tried to come down and retest here. And guess where I got in? Over here. I got in right on this candle. So I got on this candle. It did like a little shebang, but we still held and we continued to break out. Now, my profit for today was $260 across 3 evaluation accounts. Now, the thing with me this week is it could have been way more. My profit actually was up to 400, but I 400 per contract. But what I was doing was waiting to take my profit because I was trying to wait for it to hit my take profit. However, I began to get a little shaky because one, mindset, nerves has been a little. I've been a little bit distracted, so I moved my stop up because I'm like I'll rather take some green than no green. That's just the mood I was in. So I moved my stop loss up, and it kind of retraced a little bit, and then boom, it popped a little bit further before it made another drop. So that was my entry. And also, if you just want to see the day in the life of me to literally today and how I plan to take my trades and how I start my day, take a look at that video. Make sure you like. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Talk to me in the chats. I would love to answer some questions. If you have some questions about trading or futures, anything like that, I'll be happy to answer some questions. And in another video, I will go into detail of what my favorite patterns are, like what I like to look for before I enter. So there's some things that works for me, and I'll be happy to show you like how I go about that, which I kind of did in this video. But talk with you all later. Happy trading, everyone. And just remember, it's gonna click. It will click. It's gonna take time, but it will click. Don't give up. Keep trying. Your aha moment is right around the corner.